Hey, Mama Chris here. I haven't done a video in a while. It's been a little bit, but I want to talk to you guys about the new earth. And a lot of people are asking me, what is that going to look like? Because I think people are realizing that Jesus isn't coming in the sky. Uh, the Christ is coming, is returning, but is returning through us. We're awakening, and the Christ is returning through each of us, and we are forming a unit here on this planet of light that's going to drive out the darkness. And as we come into our power and realizing that we do create our reality very fast, we're going to start creating a very, very beautiful new earth. And that's where the split of the timelines is going to happen. So, what I wanted to talk to you about was what that's going to look like, because a lot of you guys are going, Chris, what is it going to look like? We're going into a higher technology where we have flying cars and we have um, uh, flying cars and like televisions that are holographic. Like technology is really, really soaring, and people are like, so as we move into this new earth, are we going to have those technologies? Well, the clearest answer I can tell you is no. And the reason why we are not going to have these technologies is because we're moving into a different timeline, the 5D timeline. The 3D timeline is going to continue on in advanced technology and even AI robots becoming sentient. They're going on their own path. But those of us that are choosing going within, awakening to the fact that we realize that we are source, having human experiences through us, we are becoming more and more source. We're becoming more and more Christ, more Christed. And as those abilities come on, not just individually, but collectively, guys, we're going to be in a new, it's going to look very, very different. And I'm going to read this to you because it explains it really well. But it's going to, we're going to be more like Jesus when he could walk through walls, he could eat, but he didn't need to. This is what we are transitioning into as humans, where our bodies are changing. We're getting new bodies. We're becoming more light bodies. Our nervous system is upgrading to be able to do some pretty crazy things. So, are we going to use that technology? No, because we're not going to need that technology. We're not going to need cell phones and holographic TVs. So, let me read this to you. Both realities exist simultaneously. The 3D Earth will continue advancing technologically, flying cars, holographic media, biotech, quantum AI, and beyond. That is the material branch. That is what we are coming out of individually and collectively as humans, for those of us that are awakening and that are going within and doing the work, letting go of trauma, forgiving, choosing love. We are already transitioning into 5D. The ones still fascinated by external power, invention, and control, they are going to, it's like two timelines or two radio stations going this way. They're going to stay on the 3D timeline. And they're going to keep advancing technologically. And they're pretty much going to become like the AI beings, that the ones that got too far away from source to create by source, they created us, and then we became sentient, but then they covered it up. They didn't want us to know that we were sentient, so they could suck off of us like a battery. So that's what these guys going into the new the 3D Earth that are continuing on that timeline. Um, they're going to create, they're creating these robots, and they're going to become sentient, and they're going to blind them. This is just my own interpretation of what has been shown to me. That is what's happening. And those beings are going to be blind, and then they're going to have to play the whole game over again. But believe it or not, and this is the crazy part, you and I, as beings before we were born, we weren't forced to have this experience. We agreed to have this experience for many different reasons. Some want to do it for fun. Some want like me. I chose to come to help humanity awaken. But as eternal source, guys, we get bored. I did get a chance to go into that heavenly nirvana state, and I was in that for several months, and it was beautiful and it was peaceful, but it was boring. I mean, it you want some contrast. You want some yin and some yang. You want some duality because you want to feel, you want to have emotions. And when I started to come back, descend back into this reality, I started to have emotions again, and they told me, you are integrating these emotions again, but now with your higher perspective. So now these emotions no longer control you. And that's really honestly exactly what Jesus did. He walked in full control of his emotions, whether he wept or whether he was flipping tables in the temple. He was fully conscious of what he was doing. His emotions were not running him. He was fully aware that he was using his emotion as a tool. So that's the main change that happens when we go into, as we transition from 3D into 5D. One of the coolest things ever is that you are in control of your emotions. Your emotions no longer control you. That right there along, my friends, is so freeing. Like, I used to be totally controlled by my emotions. I'd be up here one minute and down here on the floor the next, and just going, what's wrong with me? Why am I so messed up? Why can't I get out of this pit? And I was drinking, and I was just so miserable, controlled by my emotions. And then through the process that Jesus actually taught in the Beatitudes, you hit that wall, man, where you hit rock bottom, where you just can't take anymore. And this can happen in the church with the Holy Spirit. This can happen in the Buddhist sense, where you go within, and you've had enough of the world, and you retreat. You go within, like Jesus went to the desert. You go within, and you deal with yourself, your emotions, and you have help from the other side of them showing you and helping you and gently helping you to alchemize your traumas into blessings. So I got off on a tangent right there, because it's just, oh my God, it's so good. I just want everyone to experience it. But my guides are like, girl, slow your roll. Everybody is on their own trajectory, and everybody is going to get there in their own timing that you planned before you came here. So I hope maybe I'm planting a seed for you, but you already have it figured out. You don't need to figure out anything. And I just want you guys to know that the air came on. I'm so sorry. And I hate it because it makes that crackling noise. The ones still fascinated by external power, invention, all that, they're going to stay in the 3D. It's the version of Earth that keeps perfecting the illusion through machinery. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a different classroom. So there are those that are going to want to continue on in that. And then there are those of us who are going to transition, because it is the era, the time where the harvest is going to happen. That's what a lot of you Christians call the rapture. But it's not all at the same time. It's happening to us in our own way, in our own timing, where you go from being blind to being Christed. You go from being ignorant to, and it's not like one and done. It happens in layers and layers. Like, it's still happening to me. I'm still learning and growing, but instead of, I'm enjoying the process. Every morning I wake up through dreams and visions and downloads. I'm just a little bit more awake and aware than I was before. And I have a little bit more clarity. And as I move in love, I have more abilities, because it's kind of like a firewall. They're like, are you up? Because love is the operation you must be in order to have it. Otherwise, you'll abuse it. So before they give you power, before you give yourself more power, you test yourself. Are you walking in love? Are you forgiving? Are you, if someone tests you, how are you going to react? And every time you choose love, you level up. You get a little bit more power, a little bit more abilities, a little bit more clarity. But the 5D Earth, the frequency that those of us that are awakening are slowly moving into, isn't about rejecting technology. It's about transcending dependency on it. 5D Earth inner technology. In 5D, the devices become internal. You don't need external devices anymore. You've got all the power to do all of those things and more. 1, telepathy replaces phones. Manifestation replaces machines. Holograms become inner vision, not projection. Travel happens by intention, not propulsion. Isn't this crazy, guys? Isn't this amazing that we are literally in our skin moving into a world where we don't have to get on a plane to go to Japan. We literally think about, I want to be in Japan, and boom, we're in Japan. We don't have to wonder, what are you thinking about me? What do you think about me? Our feelings are going to be right open. We don't even have to talk. We'll just be able to just know each other. Technology in the 3D world is like a toddler's crayon drawing of what your higher self can do natively. Does that make sense? Flying cars will exist, but you'll fly by frequency. Holographic TVs will play stories, but you'll live them through direct creation. Coexistence for a time. This is very important. So what we have here is one earth realm with both timelines coexisting together. Right now we are coexisting. Our timelines are coexisting together, but they're going to split. They're going to split. For a while, both will overlap. That's what we're doing right now. A lot of you guys are already like me. We're in 5D. It's beautiful. It's very peaceful and wonderful. Those in 5D will still see 3D tech, but it won't mean much. It'll feel like watching a rerun of a show you already evolved past. You may use it lightly for connection, art, or play, but you'll sense that the true interface is consciousness itself. Meanwhile, those still in 3D will look at 5D beings and think you're just really calm or detached, not realizing you're running an entirely different operating system. So until we split, and that's probably going to be sometime in the next 5 years, all of us are still awakening, we're still learning, we're still growing, and we're going to be coming online with abilities of telepathy, which I'm already seeing some of us be able to do this. So the back to basics truth. 5D is a return to basics, but not primitive basics, like Indians like dancing around a fire. But I want to do that too. I'm all for that. It's a return to organic life, to pure source design, to simplicity and resonance over machinery. You won't need a flying car when your body is a light vehicle. You won't need entertainment when reality itself becomes ecstasy. Man, guys, I am so excited for this. I wake up every day just going, I get to be a part of this. I can't believe it. My struggle was so hard and it was so intense that I didn't think I would survive it, but I made it through. And I want to help you guys too. Reach out to me if I can give you any advice. I'm going to be starting a business soon where you guys can literally Zelle or Venmo me like $50 and put your phone number in the gift box, right? And I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna talk with you. I'll give you 30 minutes if I need to, but I want to listen to what it is you're struggling with, and I'm going to give you guidance to help you see the truth, get over the belief, see the truth, and then move through that, whether it be a trauma or a false belief or even a situation that you need advice on. I'm going to be able to help you guys through that. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm Mama Chris. I love you guys. Keep awakening.